Most women think they need to completely overhaul their life to achieve their dream body. So they go all in, eating less, doing more cardio, burning themselves out, maybe seeing results for a short while, and then just ending up back where they started. But what if you could lose fat and build muscle without eating less, training more, or giving up your life? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I lost my stubborn belly fat, built muscle, and stayed the exact same weight in just 90 days, and why you're probably making it 10 times harder than it needs to be. Okay, just to give a little bit of background into my journey, I have done aggressive cuts in the past where I've lost weight, I've lost the belly fat like I wanted to, but then I just end up gaining it all back shortly after. And this was because the method that I used was not sustainable and used to burn me out. I would do an extreme calorie deficit, I would add in many sessions of cardio, and I'd feel like I had to miss out on things in order to reach my goals. But for the past 3 months, I have been eating the same amount that I usually eat. I have not added in any cardio into my workout routine, zero, and I have been living life to the fullest and not been feeling restricted by my fitness goals. This is because I have been doing body recomposition, which means losing fat and building muscle in a slow and sustainable way. This has allowed me to see the changes in my body that I've been dreaming of for so long, and I feel like I'm well on the way to achieving my dream physique, which is to have big, strong legs and glutes and a slim waist, which I'm sure many of you guys can relate to. So I'm going to break down how I'm achieving body recomposition in 3 simple key steps. Firstly, we have strength training. Strength training is so important, guys. If you are not already doing any type of strength training, I strongly recommend it, especially as women, not just for the physical aspect of it changing the way that you can look. It is just so important to do as women, especially as we get older. It's so important to have muscle and to have strength. Please, if you're not already doing so, incorporate some form of strength training into your routine. Specifically for body recomposition, I would recommend having 3 to 5 strength training sessions in your week. Make sure that you are hitting all muscle groups, your full body, throughout the week. And the most important is to make sure that you are training hard and progressively overloading. Now, this means you are pushing yourself to failure. You are getting stronger week on week, either lifting heavier or lifting more reps, or you could also progressively overload in other aspects as well. For reference, I have made a video with my full week of workouts that I've been doing for the past 90 days on my body recomposition journey, if you want to check that out. Technically, I'm doing sort of 3 strength training sessions. The 4th session is more sort of a mobility rehab type of session, but yeah, I have seen the results that I've seen with that workout split over the past 3 months. Now, the second step for body recomposition is diet. For body recomposition, you have to be either in a maintenance or a slight deficit, a very small calorie deficit. But as well as that, you need to be eating high protein. By high protein, that means double your body weight in kilograms. For pounds, it's slightly different. I'll have it up here on screen. You also need to make sure that your diet is high in fiber. Guys, fiber is just as important as protein. Over the past 3 months, I have been focusing and paying attention a lot more to my fiber intake, and I've been aiming for around 25 grams of fiber a day. And then lastly, you need to make sure that your diet is whole foods and balanced in order to make sure that you're eating in a healthy, balanced, nutritious way and looking after your gut health as well. A lot of my food is always very colorful, very balanced. I'm making sure that I'm hitting all the food groups as well as keeping a high protein, high fiber. For reference, I have been eating in a maintenance for the past 90 days. And then the last step for your body recomposition is steps. At the beginning of the year, I was aiming for about 8,000 steps a day, and then towards the end, I have now increased that to 10,000 steps a day. The thing about steps, guys, is that it can completely depend on you. I don't want you guys to just assume that 10k steps is just this magic number that you need to hit to lose weight and to lose fat. It can completely depend on you and your lifestyle. So if you currently live a very sedentary lifestyle, maybe you have an office desk-based job where you hit about 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day, then just an increase to like 5 or 6k steps can make a huge difference. But on the other hand, if you already have a very active lifestyle, maybe you have a job where you're on your feet all day and you're already averaging around 12k steps a day, then you'd probably need a higher step goal in order to see results. So yes, don't just assume that 10k is this magic number that you need to hit. It's not magic. Think about your lifestyle and just try and increase it from there. But I have seen results aiming for about 8 to 10k steps over the past 3 months. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I checked how many steps I have been averaging over the past 3 months, and And for the first month, I was averaging around 7,000 steps. In the second month, I was averaging around 6.2k steps. And then this past month, I'm averaging around 9k steps. So I haven't actually been consistent with my step goal, but I've still managed to see amazing results. So yeah, that just goes to show, don't just choose a random number. Just a slight increase from what you're usually getting can make a huge difference. So those are the 3 key steps, but there are of course a few extra things that I have to mention that play a key role in your body recomposition journey. The first being sleep. Make sure you get some good quality sleep, at least 7 to 9 hours. Secondly, water. Try and drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water a day. Thirdly, I have been taking creatine daily for the past 90 days, and I do think that has made a difference and has contributed to my progress and ability to build and grow muscle. And then lastly, try and keep your stress low. Try and do things where you can to manage your stress. Okay, so those are 3 key steps. I also wanted to talk through 3 big lessons that I have learned from my body recomposition so far this year. My first big piece of advice to you guys is to stick with it. Body recomposition really is about the long game. I didn't feel like I saw results in myself physically in the mirror until about week 11. If you guys have been watching my vlogs along with me, you will have seen I didn't notice that visible reduction in my belly fat until about week 11. That being said, I was getting stronger in my lifts and noticing muscle growth by around week 6. And I did have people in my life telling me that they saw changes in my body around that mark as well. Around week 10, I looked like this, guys, and that was really hard to see, especially mentally, when you have been staying on track and putting in work every single day for over 2 months by then. And to see that, it's really disheartening, and it can be very difficult to deal with because you feel like you're not going anywhere, and it can be so easy to want to give up. But guys, please trust me when I say you just need to keep going. Especially as women, we can be affected by a lot of things. We can be affected by our hormones, or maybe it's like a particular thing that we might have eaten the day before or on that day. A lot of things can affect us, make us feel bloated, make us look a certain way. Please, please, please just stick with it. It does actually work. You just have to trust the process. Okay, my second biggest lesson is that body recomposition is so sustainable, guys. I was living life, and body recomp is so forgiving. I'll be completely honest, I fell off for about 2 weeks. I didn't really train properly in those 2 weeks. I definitely wasn't consistent with my steps, and I was not consistent with my diet. Also, in the beginning of the journey, I dealt with a lot of cravings, and I would have a very naughty takeaway every single weekend in the beginning. I also ate out a lot. I didn't feel like I had to say no to anything. I had fun, and guess what? I still saw results. And that's the thing about body recomp. It takes a long time to see results, and I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword, because the same reason that makes it so sustainable is the fact that we're making such minor changes to our lifestyle, but then that compounds over time and you are able to see results in your body. Don't get me wrong, I definitely used to be the kind of person that just would prefer a quick fix. I'd rather do a 6-week or an 8-week aggressive cut, lose the fat, and just get it all done in a short period of time and then go back to living normally. But that always resulted in me just gaining the weight back. And I'm finding that taking this slow and sustainable route is actually easier and way more fulfilling. The results just compound over time, and I feel like this way the changes that I'm making are for life. I can definitely see myself maintaining this for the long term. I mean, body recomposition is intended to be from anywhere from 3 months to usually around 6 months to maybe a year or even longer. I personally can definitely see myself maintaining this for the long term, because it's just so sustainable and so manageable, and the fact that you still get to see results is just amazing. Yeah, the longer I continue this, the more changes I'm going to see, and it's just going to keep getting better and better, and I'm just going to keep getting closer to my dream body, and I didn't have to make any drastic change, and I didn't feel like I was restricting myself and getting rid of really important things. And then my last piece of advice for you guys is to keep it simple. If you watch my vlogs, you will have seen that I was overcomplicating things a little bit, and I was getting very, very stressed out. It felt like I had a checklist of about a billion different things that I had to check on every single day in order to feel like I was on track. I would highly suggest to just keep it simple, guys. That's why I broke it down into 3 key steps for you guys. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed at any point, Literally just focus on making sure that you are strength training with intention, make sure that you are keeping your diet in check, and that you are getting your daily steps. If you can't do anything else and you're staying on top of those 3 things, you will definitely see results. But then of course, try not to neglect those other things that I mentioned. You can just implement them into your life as small daily habits and it will get easier. But yeah, that is it guys. That is how I achieved body recomposition over the past 90 days without feeling like I was completely overhauling my entire life. And I can continue this on sustainably for many more months to come and continue to see amazing results in my body and hopefully achieve my dream body. I hope you guys found this useful or inspiring in some way. If you guys have any questions about anything that I've spoken about in this video, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to have a chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to see more of my videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.